Elliot Lake has some beautiful water. It's funny how I was drinking from the tap at the hotel and I could just tell that I was in the north. The water was clear and beautiful. And these creeks and the hiking trails that are up here are just amazing. Hello there. Well, I have a story to tell. Today I'm in Elliot Lake, and as you can see, the beautiful blue sky behind me is just lighting up this area where the hiking, canoeing, kayaking, winter sport, snowmobiling, skiing, everything. You can do everything here. What a beautiful place it is. As I move on into the next phase of my life, I have to look at to see where I might live and what I might look for in community. And as I look in community, I've been alerted to Elliot Lake and how it now is known as a retirement destination. So that's what I'm doing here. I am here checking out Elliot Lake. Elliot Lake is a community of about 11,000 people. It was originally a mining town that has gone up and down in success and distress stories. So now it is very well taken care of by the Elliot Lake Retirement Community Association, and they own lots of properties, and it is a perfect spot for the active aging adult to make their way. I arrived here yesterday at the Hampton Inn through the Elliot Lake Retirement Association, and they have put me up for the night so that I could then today do a discovery tour and a tour of the apartments. Well, I've returned back from my discovery tour and it was amazing. I met with Linda this morning and I met with Brian this afternoon, and they were informative and helpful. Elliot Lake is an amazing place and I'm really excited that I came here to learn about it. I don't know yet when and if I will be moving up here, but it certainly gives me a great option to look at as a single female looking to retire with an active lifestyle. I'm up at the ranger station and looking out over the city. This is a beautiful little city and it has everything anyone would want as far as recreation, hiking, and community. gosh, that's so beautiful.
Gorgeous.
I know, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, so the city's actually behind the trees over
Yeah.
there. That's right behind us. So the highway runs, that's the Eston subdivision, that little lake portage lake, the highway runs in front of that. And then you go up this way. Now that road going up, that's Hillside Drive South. And then it turns sharply to the left, and see that row of yellow buildings just below it?
Yes.
That's 27 Mississauga.
Okay.
Give you an idea of what you're looking
Where
at.
we are, yeah. It's just beautiful. And is that a newer subdivision down
That was developed in
this way?
82, 83.
82, 83.
Yeah, because the late 70s, the mines boomed again, and they had done away with like the bunk houses, the mine properties, like the housing developments on the properties, and some of the trailer parks. So they needed a development, so that's where they developed.
Right. Did you
Yeah.
say Manitoulin Island is out which way?
That's Manitoulin Island over there.
Manitoulin
It's
Island.
pretty foggy.
Yeah. It's just hazy. I think it's because it's humid, right?
You can see it. That okay, what am I looking at here? So yeah, Manitoulin Island is to the left. Over there.
Just to give myself the
Yeah.
where I am for sure.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And a gorgeous day to be up here.
Absolutely. But it's not a clear day because you can't see Lake Huron. You can't see the lake yet. Because on clear day you can see the lake, you can make out the islands out on the Huron. Yeah. So
Wow.
it's still pretty
So
hazy
it's still
out
pretty
there.
hazy. Could there be any better place for a fire tower? Well, as we walked along, Linda was telling me that they started a rock project and everybody had been painting rocks and really enjoying laying them up here at the fire tower. So they now actually go around the whole property. And it is so lovely to see all the participation with this project. I really enjoyed looking at all the different rocks. There were some 300 fire towers in Ontario for decades when this was the main means of forest fire detection. A network of fire detection towers or ranger stations and equipment warehouses were installed in much of the forested areas. This lookout is 128 meters, 420 feet above Elliot Lake. So I've left the hotel and I'm heading up to a memorial park here in Elliot Lake, and it is a park that is set up for the mining history. But as I move forward, look what I'm seeing. There is a trail around this lake that's about 5 kilometers, but it's too late in the day for me to try to get around it today. So that'll be one of my return trips. So as I walked past this beautiful fountain and headed up toward what is called the Miners Memorial Park, it's a beautiful memorial park that is set up for the 3 stages of the mining industry in Elliot Lake. The first section is the Prospector Monument. It's in remembrance of the solitary quest to chisel fame and fortune from grubstake and granite for all the world to see. It was a beautiful granite monument with 3 different miners featured here in this space. The city of Elliot Lake unveiled the Prospectors Monument at the Miners Memorial Park on Friday, May 21st of 2021. It was created by Laura Brown Breetvelt, and she said she feels for the community for having to wait so long for the unveiling because of COVID. The bronze statue of the prospector is hollow and weighs in at about 500 pounds. They erected this slabs with names of all of the miners, I believe, who died. And then realized that there were many who lived to tell of their time in the mines. So they invited those people, whoever wanted to, be remembered here in one way or another, to purchase a brick. So all the way around this monument, we are building memory after memory after memory. Anyone who wants to be known as someone who worked or was part of the Elliot Lake mines. So here I am out for a walk and just finishing up my day here in Elliot Lake. Tomorrow morning I will head off and go and board the Chi Cheemon on the Manitoulin Island. But I must say that my day here in Elliot Lake has been amazing. And I think I can strongly feel that I will live here one day. I just don't know when. So we'll see what the future holds. But for now, as these miners stand in memorial, I'm going to say goodnight and goodbye to Elliot Lake for now. Well, here I am on Manitoulin Island. I just came through Espanola and I'm heading now towards South Baymouth. It's just so beautiful up here. Every corner you turn, there's a small lake or a piece of water and it's absolutely amazing. You know, Mother Nature sure is gorgeous, and I am so blessed to be able to do this trip on my own. love traveling on my own. I don't mind it one bit, and I'm looking forward to spending some more time up here. Canada is so amazing, and Ontario has the lakes and the water, and it's so gorgeous. So come along with me as I head down to South Baymouth. You know, I've been to the northern coast of Scotland now and looked out over the North Sea toward the Orkney Islands. And while it's beautiful up there, I don't think anything can compare to this site of Georgian Bay and the North Channel, I think, and all of the islands here in this beautiful part of Ontario. So beautiful to live here in this land of ours, and I'm proud to be a Canadian. What a great day, a great trip down here to South Baymouth from Elliot Lake today, and just enjoyed the landscape. It's absolutely beautiful. I was just talking with one of the fellows at the entrance gate where I parked to get ready to go on the Chi Cheemon, and he was saying to me, you know, about being on the ship or being on the boat. What do you want to call it? The big canoe, the Chi Cheemon. And I said I'd never been on it. I said I'd been on the Nargoma and the Norisle. And he said, you're not old enough to be on the Nargoma or the Norisle. And I laughed. So I get that a bit now and again. But anyway, we had a nice chat, and I told him I was looking at Elliot Lake for a little bit of time in my retirement. And we talked about the third, and how that when you turn 65, you've looked at it all your life, and you think about it as being old and retirement, and then you get here. And all of a sudden, it's exactly what everything else is. It's the gateway to the next step. So as I said to him, when I work with the older olds, the 85, 90, 95, 100-year-old people, and they share with me how I'm just a baby. At 65, I've got so much life ahead of me, and I don't know it until I live it. So as we were talking about Elliot Lake, he said to me, so you're going to move up there? And I said, I don't know yet, maybe. And he said, have you lived through a winter up there? And I said, well, I'm from Georgian Bay. I'm from the Beaver Valley, and I lived in some wild winters. But you know what? Nothing's permanent. If I go up to Elliot Lake and I don't like it up there, then I give my notice and I move somewhere else. We are always able to change our minds. It's so pretty in here. I'm not sure whether my voiceover will be able to be heard. I'll figure it out when I get home, but it's so beautiful in here, and it's peaceful and quiet. And the water is just lapping and making noise gleefully. Lots of flowing water. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it or not.